Hi there, my name's Ali. Welcome to the Yoga Home channel. Have you heard before that muscle contraction can help with depression because of the chemicals and proteins that are released when you contract a muscle? It releases different chemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine in the body, and then these proteins actually cross the blood-brain barrier, helping with your mood, depression, or anxiety. So fascinating. So today we will be focusing on the contraction of the muscles and isolating certain areas. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. You just click the little button below. So let's get started in just a seated posture like this. You can even sit in a chair. It doesn't have to be on the ground. If your knees are sore, put stuff underneath, like blocks or cushions underneath your knees, but just get comfortable. So we'll settle in first, and with this contraction of the muscles, as well as just calming down the body and the breath and the mind, and helping the nervous system reset from any stress, that in itself is going to help with depression. Now I'm feeling called to do this video because I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and it seems to be the theme around a lot of people that you didn't know may have depression, and they're showing signs of it. So let's get settled in, pay attention to the breath, what it's doing, how it's moving in and out of the nose. And then the length of the spine as you root your sit bones down into the earth, soften the hips and the knees. Take a moment to release tension from the face. And then just notice how the breath is moving in and out through the nose. Maybe expanding the belly and the rib cage and the chest a little bit. Starting to quiet down the space in the mind. Good. And before we begin moving, feel free to set an intention. I often like to do that before my practice, just so I can focus on something. So whatever that is, invite it in now. Good. And we'll begin deepening the breath just a bit more of that Ujjayi style breath, in and out through the nose, and this sound through the throat and the chest. As you bring your palms to your knees, just start to pull gently at the knees, bringing the chest forward and the shoulders back. And then allow this little bit of a sway to happen as you bring your heart in, shoulders forward, belly in, rounding through the spine. And we're just pulling our heart forward and back, and just swaying into this until eventually your head and neck become part of the equation, and we're just stretching out through the cervical spine as well. Just getting a little bit of a movement happening through the spine. Good, and then shift the focus more to side, feeling into a little bit of a stretch for the lower back. Continue that breathing. You can add the arms as well whenever you're ready. Just swaying from side to side. Good, and let's come to our hands and knees now. On tabletop position. So the fingers are rooted and spread, and then stacking the pelvis above the knees. You can start with just a little bit of a balance extending the right knee back behind you, and the left arm comes out, so reaching out through the fingertips. Now this is where I want you to feel the contraction of muscles. So you'll start to feel this a little bit of engagement through the bicep without pushing through the joint. So if you're hyperextending at all, you want to soften a bit of the joint and then press through the palm, the center of the palm. Feel the energy come up through the palm, from the earth all the way up through the bone as you're stacking bone upon joint, feeling into that contraction of the bicep. Okay, this is just the one standing, or the right arm. Okay, and the right leg is back. I want you to do the same with the right leg, as though your foot is pressing into the back of the wall and you're engaging through the quadriceps, the front thigh muscles, the inner thigh muscles. And then let's do the same with this left arm. Okay, so you're feeling the contraction through the bicep. Good, now the belly comes in and up, so you're engaging through the abdominal muscles. Breathing as we do this, and engage the glutes in the back. Good, exhale. Ooh, just sway that out to release the wrist from that right hand. A couple circles. And take the weight now into the left hand. So your fingers are spread, you're rooted nice through the palm, you're bringing that energy all the way up through the forearm and then the humerus bone, the upper arm bone, engaging through the biceps without locking the elbow and hyperextending. Want to engage and feel that energy come all the way up into your shoulder. Good, okay, left leg lifts back now. Press through the left heel, engage a little bit of a spiraling inwards of this thigh bone, hugging the muscles around the bones, the glutes are engaging, the right arm reaches, and breathe. Good. Attention is just one point of focus down towards the ground. Belly is in and up. Good. One more breath. Exhale, release. Let's come right into our downward facing dog. So lift the hips up and back. Feet are separated about hip distance or whatever's comfortable for you. And just pedal the feet out for a second, releasing any energy there. And then take a look at the palms. Spread your fingers, root down through the index finger knuckle and the center of the palm, so you really feel rooted, grounded there. Stretch out through the elbows. Same thing as you were just doing with the cat balance. I want you to engage through those biceps and actually also contracting the triceps in the outer arm here to spiral it and wrap around towards the midline so that we can get more of an external rotation going on through the upper arm bone. Okay, it's super detailed. Stay with me. Let's lift the toes now. You're going to press through the big toe mound. Feel all four corners of the feet root in. Now, you may not feel the heels root. That's okay. If they're lifted and you're rounded through the upper back, just bend your knees slightly. Make sure the knees are going in the direction of the toes. Start to lift the hips towards the sky. Lengthen the spine. Soften that area in the upper back and neck. Relax your head. And then eventually when you're wanting to straighten your legs and it's available, go for it. And breathe. Now you're contracting through the quadriceps in the legs. Getting a little bit of an inner spiral happening. Belly is in and up. Good. We want to release these chemicals and proteins to help with our depression and anxiety. So look forward. Step both feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Let the head and neck relax. Soften the knees.
So this is a little bit of a different dopamine practice compared to our scrolling on the phone and all of that. It's nice to get away from that and get this dopamine happening through the contraction of muscles, whether you're working out or walking the dog or whatever you're doing, focusing on the muscles contracting. One more breath. Good. Now let's slowly come up. Come into a chair. So bend both knees. You can send the heart forward, bring the arms up. Chair pose. Let's activate through the legs, root through the feet. Sit a little bit deeper. And then stretch out through those arms, lengthen through the side body. Good. Lengthen and just stretch through both arms and legs. Lean back a little bit. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Let the head relax. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the left foot back. Right knee bends. You're in a lunge now. Breathe. Back leg is contracting. Just leveling out the hips. Good. And now I want you to bring yourself up. Same leg is forward. Reach the arms up. And we'll do a little bit of a flow here. So we'll bend our elbows and bend the back knee as you bring your arms down, pulling the belly in. Okay. Inhale, let's straighten arms and legs. Exhale. Contract those muscles. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands down, step back, down dog. And let's switch sides right away. Left foot steps forward, bend the left knee. Keep engaging the right leg. Just stay in your lunge, get a bit of a stretch here. Lengthening side body, offering the heart forward. Okay, one more breath here and we'll start to lift up the upper body. Get stabilized through the legs. Nice and grounded. Inhale, reach the arms up. Let's straighten arms and legs. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Contract, bring the belly in, hold. And then hands down, step back, downward facing dog. We'll come to our plank position now, shoulders above the wrists. Now, I'll give you a modified, okay? So if this is not good on your wrists, you can lower down to your knees, come to your fists, do what you need to do, or even down to your forearms. But we'll be playing around with the core area, so isolating that area and just moving one foot at a time to the side and back to center. To the side, back to center. Engaging the glutes and the legs as you do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Downward facing dog. Lengthen. Root hands and feet. We'll come all the way down to our belly. Okay, and then lifting arms and legs and chest. Okay, so we're lift, lift, lift. Squeeze and lift, squeezing the back body. Good, press the hands in. Come into a child's pose. Sit back into the heels, toes touch. Relax the head. Just rest for a second. Good. Let's slowly come up to our downward facing dog. And step the right foot through in between the hands. Root the left heel down, come all the way up. We'll set up for triangle posture. So the legs are about a leg's distance apart. Let's bring the arms up. Activate through the deltoids and the biceps, all the way down through the forearms. Feeling it come out through the fingertips. Stretch out through the legs. Both legs are active. Let's reach all the way to that right side towards the front of your mat. Stretch this side out. Lower your hand down. And then extending the arm towards the sky. Lengthen and root. I want the same energy in your hands as you had in the cat balance. Good. Let's come up. We'll do it again. Other side. Let's just pivot on our heels. Left toes turn open now. Lengthen. And then reach to that one side. Lower your hand down to either your leg or a block or the ground. Try not to fold into the upper body. So pull your shoulders back so they're stacking. And activate those muscles. Good. Inhale. Let's slowly come up. Exhale, release. Whew. Let's just let the arms swing and sway. Deep breath in and out. Okay. And we'll come all the way back. So face the front, hands come down, step back, your downward facing dog. Come right into plank. We'll do one more of these, but this time the knees are coming into the chest, okay? Knees into the chest, stay nice and connected to your plank pose, so shoulders above the wrists. And go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Come into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll come right down to our seat. Navasana. So let's come into our boat pose, shoulders back, heart forward, knees up, feet up. Breathe here. Engaging once again. Same with the arms, same with the legs. We're spreading our toes. Good. Cross the ankles. Let's lift our bum off the ground. And then we'll come all the way down, do a couple stretches. Pull the knees in towards our chest. Good. The right foot comes on to the left leg. Nice reclined pigeon. Interlacing the fingers, cradling behind that left leg. Relaxing the shoulders. Just a couple more breaths here. Releasing the outer right hip. Good, and going to the other side. So flexing the left foot onto the right leg, just above the knee. Now, if this is difficult for you to grab your leg, you can always put your foot into a wall and just release the hands, let the wall do the work. Good, couple more breaths. And then we'll release that. Both feet come to the ground. Do a little windshield wiper sway from side to side. And we'll stretch out our legs. Come right into Shavasana just to reset, realign the whole body. Completely relax for the next minute or so. Just let everything drop. Your thoughts, your worries, softening the breath. Good. And if you'd like to stay longer, I invite you to. I'll slowly bring you out for just a short practice, moving fingers and toes, stretching the arms, bringing the knees into the chest. And we'll roll into the side body. Take a nice breath here. And then coming up. Okay, just settling into your seat for a second. And just take note of what's going on in the body. Just observing and witnessing the movement, the energy, the heat, the temperature change. Maybe the focus is different. Usually at the end of a practice, you can start to feel that more bliss energy happening. And that's all the different chemicals that are releasing. Now, breath work can be a very powerful tool as well for depression and anxiety. And I definitely have more videos on that. So we'll check those out after. So I'd like to end just with a little bit of an Om. So let's take our intention that you started with, bring our hands together, rub the palms, nice deep breath. Exhale out. Good. Hands in heart center. Sit tall, inhale. Deep breath and exhale. Thank you so much for having this short little practice with me, but anything is better than nothing when it comes to body movement and quieting the mind and connecting to the breath and your intention really makes a difference. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Namaste.